Alright, so how's everybody doing? This is going to be a Star Wars Jedi Dark Forces 2. This is the second Dark Forces game, and at the same time it's the first Jedi game, because this is pretty much how Cal Katarn becomes a Jedi. So just like in the previous run, most of the tricks in this game involves the use of explosives. However, here we have force powers, so it happens that when you combine force powers with explosives, it makes for a really good speedrun, and you're gonna see why. So get ready with the countdown, and 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so what can we say about this game? It was developed in 1997, as you can tell by the beautiful graphics, and it is based in a LucasArts engine, which is called the Seed engine. Only a few Star Wars games from that era has them, and most notably this one and this expansion that I'm gonna be running later on. So the first thing you might notice is that I'm straight running. It has already been explained in a few runs earlier in this marathon. Pretty much diagonal running is way faster than running in a straight line. Now for the first level, I'm gonna make a detour a little bit, because I need to get all this. I need to find all the secrets in this level. The reason of that is because every time you find all the secrets, you get at the end of the level 1 force point. And having a force point earlier means that I can actually unlock force speed in stage 4. And in this game, by having force speed earlier is super important. So even though it looks like I'm wasting my time finding all the secrets, trust me, it's gonna be worth it. So this level is kinda RNG based a little bit, because you kinda pretty much realize where these enemies are standing, and sometimes they can be pretty annoying, especially in this game where how hitboxes works. So whenever you kill an enemy, you not only have to wait for the dead animation to end, you have to. So whenever the hitbox won't go away until the dead animation ends. So you not only have to kill the guy, you have to then wait like 2 seconds until the hitbox goes away. So most of the time you want to like jump over enemies to try to get around them. Here we need a secret over here. And yeah, it's just, this level is pretty straightforward. You'll only have to try to not get blocked by these enemies. There's not much about it. I got lucky there. Sometimes those enemies are gonna start blocking that button, and I cannot open this part. And that was the final secret on this level, when I also get thermal detonators, which are gonna be very huge for the next level. Okay, I got the force point there, so I'm gonna use it later on in the run. Alright, so this is the first level where we start skipping stuff in the speedrun, because we have thermal detonators, as you can see there. So thermal detonators in this game or TD jumps are quite different than in Dark Forces 1, because in this game the boost that you get from a single detonator is pretty awful. It's like very useless. So there's not much use for it. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna try to get the explosion from 3 thermal detonators, and you're gonna see how. Also, this part is kinda annoying because they have these Gamorreans that start blocking your way. Also, they do pretty nasty melee damage that is shield ignoring damage. Alright, so here's the first jump. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna just do it and then gonna explain it. It's quite off there. There you go. So what pretty much you do there is that you throw 2 thermal detonators to the floor, and then you throw a third one, and you want like the 3 explosions to detonate at the same time, so you get an insane boost. So the downside of that is that it requires a ton of timing, and it's quite annoying to try to get it sometimes. Especially the next one, which is by far the hardest one, because you need the boost, you need the complete boost from the detonators, so you have to be very good at the timing. So I'm gonna release the detonators. I'm gonna grab this shield just in case I don't need them, but whatever. Let's see. That was quite off. Nice, second try. That's pretty cool. So you are supposed to wait for this door to go this big box to go all the way down in order to make it to the place that I just got there with the TD jumps, and that usually takes around 20 seconds. You can just get there immediately with the thermal detonators, so that's a very huge skip in the big picture. So right after that, we need to... Our main task right now is to finish the level, of course, but also I would like to have more thermal detonators because I need them for the next level, or for the upcoming levels in this game. So first of all, I'm gonna go here. This is gonna trigger an elevator, but the elevator takes a ton of time to go all the way down, so I'm gonna go here and grab more thermal detonators. I need at least 6 for the upcoming levels. I have 7 there, so that's pretty good. And now you just have to wait for this elevator. Fortunately, this part is not skippable. Not much thing we can do. Also, it's like the Grand here that sometimes you can aggro him and he's gonna start throwing detonators at you, but that should be fine because I grabbed the armor vest, which gives me 200 shields. And now we just have to kill these enemies to trigger the end level. Oh, I got 1 more detonator then, that's pretty good. Sometimes the Grands won't drop detonators, and it's just totally random. Now, level 3 is super short, this level, because there's a few shortcuts that you can do. And the first one is right over here. This jump. No, I didn't get it. Whatever. It doesn't take that much time. This one, however, is like quite a big one. That keeps having to find a key and unlock a door. And coming on next, the main objective in this level is try to find some keys to unlock a path. But you don't have to do that. You can just do a TD jump in this corner, and you avoid having to do the keys and that main puzzle. So here we have to just escape a ton of Minox. They can be pretty annoying sometimes, and that's the normal level. Alright, remember the one force point I got in level 1? I'm gonna put it here in force speed, because we are a Jedi. We have a lightsaber and we also have force speed, which is going to be our main source of speed for the rest of the speedrun. Well, you cannot see right now because I can only use it 4 times in this level because my force pool, which is pretty much the mana pool in this game, is super low. So I can only use force speed only 4 times here. And of course, I'm going to use force speed and only in the sections where I get the most benefit out of it. So here I don't need to use it here because I can use the water to get some boost or some speed. And I'm gonna hold down a little bit here and I'm gonna use my force speed right here because I want to do this jump. This little jump avoids having to go around this area. And coming up next is the biggest escape in this level. Let's see. Neat. Okay, so that little jump saves over 30 seconds, and it's only possible by having force speed in this level. So that only that it makes finding all the secrets in level 1 completely worth it. It's kind of a trade-off, but it's really worth it. It's super worth it to have 4 speed earlier for this level. Now I have a little problem here. My shields are super high because I need to do an intended death over here. So I have 6. Fine, cool. I can use one shields. There you go. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to heal myself, and my body is gonna clip through this door. So in this game, you can trigger the end level regardless if you are alive or dead. So what you do there is that you kill yourself, the detonators push you forward, and your body clips through this door, and the game recognizes that you finished the level even if you are dead. So that's a pretty neat skip, and you're gonna see a better example further in this run, or later in this run. So it's a little super short, and you just have to. There's a few shortcuts that you can do. The first one is over here with the TT jump over here, and the second one is right here. You have to get a good align for that jump, and that's the level. Now, so far you have seen that I've been using thermal detonators to do some skips. I won't use them anymore because I'm gonna get a new weapon, and it's gonna be way better than using thermal detonators. Because the weapon I'm talking about is the rocket launcher. And with a rocket launcher, I can do rocket jumps. So the rocket launcher is dry in that secret, and the cool thing about this is that since it's the only secret in the level, I also get one more force point. I took some damage there, so I cannot do this rocket jump here. Let's say a few seconds, but whatever, fine. So in this part, there's 2 shortcuts you can do. The first one is over here. This is the jump that I didn't get. So you can actually make it to the top of this building, and coming on next is another shortcut, which involves just doing a rocket jump, just like that one. And now we can just... This is another jump that's quite annoying. Ugh. Let's see if I get it. You wanna jump in that bend. You wanna do that jump because if you just wait for the door to go all the way back up, it's super slow. So you wanna have the jump first try. Now, I call it a elevator, that's gonna be the end level, but I wanna conserve my shields. So what I do here is I just hide. Because I need my shields for the upcoming levels. Are gonna be super important, so I don't wanna take more damage than I should. There we go. Awesome. So that's gonna put us in Force John level 3, and here's the first boss of this game. So John is a quite easy fight. He only die with you can defeat him with only 3 hits. There's a little variant though that sometimes he starts the fight with a jump, and sometimes he doesn't. If I don't get a jump, I just wanna restart the level until I get one, because screw fighting him in the other way. Oh, he jumps. Nice. 1, 2, and just get into it. And I want to go here to recover my shields. I need at least 180 for this part, because when I do this, let's get this guy just for the sake of continuing. I'm gonna do a jump here, open this door. I'm gonna do a rocket jump. This avoids having to find to activate an elevator. And now we're gonna do a rocket jump from here to this building over here. And coming up next is the biggest skip in the run. 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. So what I want to do here, I want to first of all try to get my setup right. I think that's important. So I'm gonna take more time than I should. Come on, there we go. So I'm gonna place 5 sequencer charges. The sequencers are pretty much mines in this game, and I want to kill myself. So what I'm going to do is this. So the idea there is that I want my body to land in this gray area, which happens to be the end level trigger. It's kind of annoying sometimes because you get a very bad angle and you have to learn how to adjust it, but I got it there. Pretty cool. Alright, so just as I said before, you can trigger the end level regardless if you are alive or dead. So what you do there is that you hold these rocket jumps to get to the top of that building, put the sequencer down, you kill yourself, and your corpse starts flying towards the end level. And that skips the entire level. It's one of the most impressive tricks one of the most impressive tricks that I know of. So also at the end of that level I got force speed. I got enough points to max out my force speed and my force jump, so now I'm going super fast. The downside of running fast in this game is that you gotta be careful in corners, because if you hit a wall you can lose a ton of damage, because collision is super important in this run. It's super important in this game. So fuel station, this level is one of the longest levels in the speedrun, because there is a ton of waiting that you have to do and there's no way to skip it, unfortunately. So I'm gonna grab this back the tank here. Back the tanks, in case you haven't played this game, are pretty much a few items that restore a little bit of your health. You can have a maximum of 5 at the same time, and for a speedrun, especially a marathon run, is pretty quite useful to have, because sometimes you're gonna take more damage than you should. Alright, so in order to open this door, I need to wait for that one to completely close, and I need to do the same process twice. So this is pretty much just waiting. There's nothing here to try to skip this area, as far as I know, unfortunately. So this is just a little bit of waiting to here. There you go. There's another doors coming up next, but this one opens way faster, so it's not a huge of a time waste, or a huge of a downtime. So I'm going to start running towards here. I'm going to start falling. I'm going to be careful here because I'm going so fast that if the game recognizes some kind of collision, I'm going to insta die. So I got to be careful and where am I moving here. And now here I'm going to grab some sequencers. I'm going to need them at the end of this run, and you're going to see how. Also, I want to kill that Trandoshan because I need his concussion rifle. I'm going to use it for the next level. And here, instead of waiting for this elevator, I'm going to do a rocket jump. Unfortunately, that's the only one I can do, because this one is super long. This is another waiting that I have to do, unfortunately. So, right. I'll do a little count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So instead of waiting for the elevator to go all the way up, I'm just gonna start spamming my force jump. That's speed up things a little bit. So I wanna kill this Alnak. Sometimes they can block you pretty badly, especially in that area. And that's the end of the level. Shoutouts to Max, by the way. Now, the reason why I want the concussion rifle in this level is because there's gonna be a few sections where I need to turn off or press some buttons, and instead of going all the way to the button and pressing myself, I'm gonna just use my weapon to do that. Like here, for example, I'm supposed to deactivate some force fields, and instead of going all the way to the wall, I'm just gonna shoot them. I'm just gonna deactivate them. That saves a ton of time. The other cool thing about this weapon is to have a very huge AoE damage, so I can just kill a bunch of enemies with just one single shot. Okay, this guy. I need to shoot better there to turn off that fan. Now, it's another shortcut you can do here. You're supposed to grab an elevator there, but you can just fly towards the window and just keep having to use the elevator. And now it's the end of the leveling. Coming up next is the second boss fight of this game, and the one that lately I have been hating a lot for how inconsistent I am. So we had these two brothers. I also put one force point and force seeing because the little one, Pig, sometimes he can go invisible. So I can, if he goes invisible, I can see him by activating force sight. But yeah, this fight has given me a ton of troubles lately. I don't know why. It should be very straightforward. Let's see how it goes. One, because these guys sometimes they start spreading out, and two, sometimes they parry or they block all my attacks. Okay, that was pretty good. This is so well. Yeah. Okay, this level. So the main objective here is to try to move a bridge, to find a bunch of keys to move a bridge. But we don't have to do that because we can do a series of jumps to make it to the end level. The first one is over here in this ledge. We can make it to this bridge. I'm gonna jump from here to this bridge and then jump to this green door. Ah, I got screwed by the officer. There you go. And that's keep the main objective in this level. And now we can just finish the level. I'm gonna go outside because I need to trigger, of course. Have to wait before finishing the level. I'm gonna grab more regen. Okay, having no back test, I should be fine. Now we just wait here for the end level. Now, this level. You had to deactivate a force field, and in order to do that, you had to destroy these panels. And there are 4 of them. So my main objective here as a speedrun is that I need to conserve my shields, because at the end I'm gonna do a rocket jump. And I need at least 180 to make that rocket jump. There is a backup strat in case I'm super low in shields, but I'd rather do of course, the fastest way. So yeah, I had 200. This is going to be perfect, wow. So I'm gonna jump over here. So what I'm going to do is first of all kill this guy because it can be annoying. I'm gonna put a sequencer down. I'm gonna grab my rocket and I'm gonna do this. So what I do there is that I use the boost from the mine. I combine the boost from the mine with my force jump, and then I use a rocket boost to get more height. So doing that avoids having to use the elevator. Alright, Mo. This fight is quite interesting. This boss, every time you hit him twice, he's gonna start going to the next phase. And the transition of phases takes over like 10 seconds or something like that. But there's a quick kill you can do that involves having to do this. First of all, you hit him once. Then you want to lure him into this part behind here. And what I want to do is that I want to jump with him and I'm going to start body block him. So I can actually hit him as much times as I want. So I can get a quick kill there. And I don't have to deal with the next phases. Now, you saw me there that I put 3 force points and dark side. The reason because of that is to trigger the dark side ending. In this game, as you haven't played before, there's 2 endings, light side and dark side. Dark side is 50 seconds faster than light side. And the reason of that is because you have seen that in the previous boss fight, there's an introduction cutscene. Then that introduction is done by the Force Ghost that's following you. And when you go dark side, he abandons you, so you don't have to deal with him for the next levels, for the next boss fights. Like here, for example, you don't have the introduction cutscene, you go straight into the boss fight. So we have to fight John again. This time I need to hit him 5 times instead of 3. what I like to do here is pretty much straight hits with him. It's a more reliable way to try to land some hits. I don't care much about my heal. I have to regen after this and back hit them. Start jumping, that's not very good fight, whatever. And I'm gonna go here because I need to grab some regen and more back the tanks. Alright, this is the final levels of the game. There aren't many skips here, it's just running around with force speed level 4, so this is more just about moving optimization more than that. So I'm gonna go for this elevator, I'm gonna sell shields and then do a rocket jump here. There's a fastest strats that you can do in this elevator, but I still haven't learned it because it's not worth it. It's one of the things that you get a first try. You can save time. Otherwise, you're just wasting time. And now, as far as Quan, it's quite boring. Just running around. So one more shield because every time I get into an elevator, I'm gonna use a few rocket jumps to go faster. So I'm gonna save here because I'm gonna screw away the door. Okay, so it's open, cool. So you're supposed to deactivate this air vent, but the cool thing you can do here is that the combination of force speed level 4 and you straight running, you can actually run against the wind. It's super good. It skips a huge portion. It skips the main objective in this level. And now we're gonna just finish the level. I'm gonna do a Stoker jump here as well. I do that one instead of rockets because concussion rifle jumps it doesn't take as much shields as the rocket jumps. And now we're just gonna finish the level. Alright, this level, so this was quite annoying to learn because you had to do a little bit of backtracking here, and there are gonna be a ton of enemies shooting at you because of that. So if you are super low in health, it can be pretty annoying. So one thing I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna try to kill as many enemies as possible, so I don't have to deal with them when I have to do the backtracking. I am going to grab speed. And I'm gonna grab these super shields because I don't need it honestly, but just to play safe. And this is the other thing that I really hate about this level, is that every single door has its own button that you have to open, you have to press in order to open the door. And the hitbox are super small, so you have to be like right next to the buttons to open those doors. Oh, here's another cool thing. Instead of waiting for this block to go all the way down, you can just clip through it, and then you're gonna start falling, and you wanna land in that corner to cancel all the falling damage that you get there. Alright, so this is the time where I check how many mines I have. I have 19, which is what I need, because I'm gonna use them at the end level. I'm not gonna spoil it, but we're gonna see how usable it can be at the end. The mines. Another jump there with my concussion rifle. And this is the end of the level. Alright, so this is the final level to put in that way, because the next one are pretty much bosses. And once again, it's just running around. Remember where to go and try to kill enemies that start blocking your way as fast as possible. So here's a good example to try to be careful with the corners and try to not take damage from collision. So you have to. Also, there's a Kale Dragon there. Gotta be careful with him because he does a ton of melee damage. Oh, shield ignoring damage. And now we have this puzzle, and you're supposed to move down these blocks of wood, but The puzzle never changes, so you have to just learn it. It's 2, 2, and for this one is 5. You have to press this button 5 times. 5. And now you can just continue it. I'm gonna use all my back to tanks keys because I don't need them for the final bosses, so if I had a spare back to tanks, I'm just gonna use all of them for this fight. So here I'm gonna fight an ATST. Oh, it's working. I'm gonna hit him 5 times, then the pilot is gonna spawn, and I'm gonna heal him to get this key, and I'm gonna open the end level trigger. Alright, the final 2 bosses. You might think that I'm gonna use my lightsaber to fight this guy. Nope, I'm gonna use mines. When I go all the way to this hallway, I'm gonna put at least 8 mines, because this is what's gonna happen. This guy is gonna come all the way here, and the cool thing about this is that it is not the explosion from the mines, but it's gonna kill the boss. It's the insane boost that he gets, and he just breaks his skull into the ceiling. So it's the collision what kills the boss, it's not the damage from the mines. Also, be ready with time, this is the final boss, and I will do exactly the same. So we prepare with time with the timer. So what we want to do here is we want to lure him into this corner first, just to have enough time to put the sequencers down. For this boss I need 11 because this boss is super tanky. 4, 1, 0, and it should be ready. And okay, that doesn't count. It counts, but I don't wanna die. Can I survive this? I mean, I think that counts. It should count, but I wanna survive. There you go. Time. Actually, that's a very good question because we stop the time when the boss dies. So I'm not sure if you can. If the time is if you die, if you get a double KO, it counts in the speedrun. That's actually a very good question. All right. So yeah, that was Dark Forces 2. Oh yes, I guess we are time of the way. Alright, I'm gonna show something off before switching to Mistress of the Sith. So, no, it's not on the level. So, as you might already know, LucasArts is not only known by his Star Wars games, they are also known because they did a bunch of adventure and point-and-click games. Most notably the Sam & Max series. And in this game there's a reference to, or an Easter egg to Sam & Max. So we're supposed to have this huge city or village. It's a good thing. If you go here, you're gonna trigger a door. You can open here, and inside this building is Max from the Sam & Max series. And he is holding the Briar pistol from Kyle-Katarn. Oh yes, he's gonna go outside. So that's cool. That's a cool thing you can do with this guy. First of all, he doesn't like being bullied, so if I try to attack him, he's gonna insta-kill me. And the other cool thing is that if you try to interact with him, it's gonna the camera switch to Max. But you still have control of your character, so you can just move like this and start doing this. It's quite cool. Alright, there you go. Yeah, that's a very cool Easter egg. Alright, so yeah, that was... One is in the back, so now we have to do mysteries. So I'm gonna switch games, so be right back.